Sri Kiran Rijiju, Honorable Union Minister of Law and Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice Sandeep Mehta, Chief Justice Gauhati High Court, Sri Ranjit Das, Honorable Law Minister, Government of Assam, Honorable Justice Sri Jamir, Honorable Mr. Justice Sri Manas Ranjan Pathak, Honorable Mr. Justice Michael Jothan Khoma, Honorable Mr. Justice Suman Shyam, Honorable Mr. Justice Kailan Rai Surana, Honorable Mr. Justice Nani, Sri Apurva Kumar Sharma, Executive Chairman Bar Council of India, Sri Subrat Das, Chief General, Assam Circle, Sri Dilip Chaudhary, President of Guwahati High Court, former Chief Justices of Guwahati High Court, Honorable Sitting Judges of Guwahati High Court, Honorable Retired Judges of Supreme Court and Guwahati High Court, Advocate Generals, my friends from Bar, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to be present amongst this august gathering today. In the annals of judicial history of the Northeast, the Platinum Jubilee celebration of the Guwahati High Court is a historic occasion. At this glorious moment, I recall with veneration all the proponents whose dedicated efforts led to the setting up of this great institution. The unique and unparalleled tradition of this institution was shaped and nurtured by many eminent judges and legal experts. On this occasion, I offer them my tribute as well. I feel it an honor to have released the Assamese version of the book Guwahati High Court, History and Heritage. I congratulate the Honorable Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Sri Sandeep Mehta ji, and everybody associated with this endeavor for the successful publication of the Assamese version of the book Guwahati Uccha Nyayalaya, Itihas aru Oitijya. Retracing the history and heritage of this hallowed institution through this book is a real tribute to all the known and unknown personalities who played a crucial role in building up this great institution. In the original work, acclaimed writer Sri Arup Kumar Datta, with his lucid touch, provides the reader a perfect overview of the history and heritage of this legal institution. The attempt made in the book to highlight the diverse traditional justice delivery system prevalent in Northeast India and to map their historical origin also help the readers to acquaint with the rich and diverse legal practices of the region. I am sure the Assamese version maintains the rich flow of the narrative and will be appreciated by the readers. The Guwahati High Court is very deeply connected with the history of Assam and the northeastern region. Over the years, it has wielded significant influence on the socio-political advancement of the whole region. The Apex Court has maintained the highest judicial standard since its inception and continues to set new benchmark in justice dispensation. This hallowed institution has an illustrious history. During the colonial period, the Calcutta High Court had jurisdiction over the Northeast region. In 1880, a judicial commissioner was appointed to assist the chief commissioner with the specific job of administering the district of the Brahmaputra Valley. By 1903, an elaborate judicial system had been set up in most part of Assam. However, Calcutta High Court continued to maintain jurisdiction in the judicial administration of the region. The demand for the establishment of a high court within the region picked up after 1921 when Assam was made a governor province. The real impetus was provided by the Government of India Act 1935, which set up a federal court in India for considering appeals from high courts. Throughout the colonial period, the matter for establishment of a high court in Assam was raised a couple of times in the Legislative Council and Assembly, and the ramifications were discussed and debated. However, the aspiration of the people of the region remained unfulfilled. Nevertheless, when India attained independence, the demand for a high court in Assam gained momentum. As early as 9 September 1947, the Assam Legislative Assembly reaffirmed through a resolution that a separate high court must be set up for Assam. This laid the ground for promulgation of the Assam High Court Order on March 1, 1948 by the Governor General of India, Lord Mountbatten. The Assam High Court Order took effect from 5th April 1948. By the order, the High Court of Assam was invested with all original, appellate and other jurisdiction as were exercised by the High Court in Calcutta in respect to the provinces of Assam. The hill areas of Assam had till then been outside the purview of the High Court in Calcutta, and jurisdiction there had been conferred on the Assam governor. By the 1948 order, the High Court of Assam was conferred with the powers of the governor of Assam, thereby extending its jurisdiction over Assam in its entirety. The Premier of Assam, Gopinath Bordoloi, who had been closely associated with the political endeavor to secure a high court for Assam, while speaking at the formal inauguration of the High Court, termed it as the fulfillment of a long-felt one and long-cherished desire of the people. He said, I quote, "Ever since provincial autonomy was ushered in the province by the Act of 1935, the province strove hard to contain the benefit of this great institution. Just at the time when the political changes were in contemplation, the Honorable Calcutta High Court expressed the desire that Assam could have a High Court of her own. Calcutta High Court would be agreeable to give up its jurisdiction as soon as the institution was established. When government was contemplating action in that behalf, India was partitioned, as a result of which two separate high courts for the West and East Bengals came into existence." He continued, "With these changes, the urgent necessity for its immediate establishment was most keenly felt by the government and the people. The Assembly accordingly passed an unanimous resolution to the effect in the September last year, and the Government of Assam immediately moved the Government of India for the institution of the High Court. Accordingly, the Government of India, however, thought that the appropriate action in that behalf would be by an order under Section 229 of the Government of India Act, amended under the Independence of India Act and adoption orders. The Government of Assam accordingly followed the wishes of the Government of India. It is on the strength of order in council that the High Court for Assam is being established today. Initially, having its sittings at Shillong, the Assam High Court was shifted to Guwahati from August 14, 1948. The High Court of Assam was later renamed the High Court of Assam and Nagaland, when Nagaland attained statehood in 1963. Till 1971, it exercised judicial authority over the entire Northeast. In 1971, with the reorganization of Assam, it was renamed as the Gauhati High Court, and benches were created for Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura. In 2013, 3 full-fledged high courts of judicature were established in the region at Imphal, Shillong and Agartala to cater to the needs of Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura respectively. The Guwahati High Court has been able to create an identity and heritage of its own over the years. The identity of this court is unique because for a longer span of its existence, it was the common high court for all the 7 states of our region. Even today, it exercises judicial authority over 4 states of the region, including Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh. The Guwahati High Court has jurisdiction over an incredibly diverse region, geographically, ethnologically and culturally. Throughout its existence, this court has been dealing with the fascinating task of interpreting enacted laws as well as the tribal laws and customs. The Gauhati High Court has carried forward this uniqueness with utmost responsibility and set new standards in justice delivery system. In the history of independence India, the Gauhati High Court has played an excellent role as a unifying element in all these years. It has imparted the feeling of being bound together through a shared tradition. The Gauhati High Court has time and again played out its role as a savior of the common people by standing with them in their testing times. It rose to the occasion and ensured that the civil rights of the people were not taken away. This court stood up for the common masses even during the darkest days of the emergency. During the days of emergency, it sought to provide relief to the political detainees, asserting that the writ of habeas corpus was maintainable despite the provisions of the emergency, and if citizens believed they were being wrongfully detained or action such as imposition of press censorship was considered mala fide, they could approach the high courts. The Gauhati High Court not only admitted writ petition, it even stayed press censorship orders on a number of newspapers and periodicals. During the critical moment of 6-year-long mass movement against foreign infiltration in Assam also, the Gauhati High Court played out its role as a savior of the common people. Appeals by detainee were presented, while it was also required to dispose petition objecting to press censorship. This court rose to the occasion and ensured that the civil rights of the people were not taken away. Kritogya Asomor Raije Ajir Guwahati High Courtor Platinum Jubilee ei shubha muhurtot Guwahati Uccho Nyayalয়ৰ প্ৰাক্তন আৰু বৰ্তমানৰ ন্যায়াধীশ সকললৈ গভীৰ জ্ঞাপন কৰিছে। অসমৰ ৰাইজৰ মৌলিক অধিকাৰ গণতন্ত্ৰৰ যি সুফল তাক নিৰন্তৰভাৱে প্ৰবাহিত কৰি ৰখাৰ বাবে গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ গৌৰৱময় ঐতিহ্যক মই অসমবাসী ৰাইজৰ হৈ পুনৰ এবাৰ প্ৰণাম জনাইছো। গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ অধিবক্তা প্ৰাক্তন আৰু বৰ্তমানৰ কৰ্মচাৰীসকল আৰু গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ পৰা গৈ ভাৰতৰ বিভিন্ন ন্যায়ালয় আৰু ভাৰতৰ উচ্চতম ন্যায়ালয়ত সুখ্যাতিৰে নিজৰ দায়িত্বৰ পৰিচয় দি অসম মাতৃৰ মুখ উজ্বলাই তোলা সকলোলৈ পুনৰ এবাৰ কৃতজ্ঞতা জনাই মই মোৰ বক্তব্যৰ সামৰণি মাৰিছো। ধন্যবাদ জনাইছো গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ মুখ্য ন্যায়াধীশ সন্দীপ মেহতা ডাঙৰীয়াক সুন্দৰভাৱে এই অৰ্গেনাইজ কৰাৰ বাবে। মই ভাবো এয়া গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ বাবে এক সৌভাগ্যৰ কথা যে এই প্লেটিনাম জুবুলি অনুষ্ঠানত ভাৰতৰ মহামহিম ৰাষ্ট্ৰপতি, ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী, ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ উচ্চতম ন্যায়ালয়ৰ মুখ্য ন্যায়াধীশ, ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ আইন মন্ত্ৰী আৰু দেশৰ উচ্চতম ন্যায়ালয় আৰু বহু উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ ন্যায়াধীশসকলৰ উপস্থিতিৰে এই প্লেটিনাম জুবুলি এক অনন্য মাত্ৰালৈ গতি কৰিছে। আমাৰ সকলোৰে বাবে এক ঐতিহাসিক ক্ষণলৈ পৰিণত কৰিছে। এই উদযাপনৰ সৈতে জড়িত আটাইকে ধন্যবাদ জনাই ন্যায় আৰু গণতন্ত্ৰৰ মূৰ্ত প্ৰতীক হৈ গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ে অনাগত বহু দিনলৈ ভাৰত আৰু অসমৰ ৰাইজক সেৱা আগবঢ়াওক, ৰাইজৰ অধিকাৰ ৰক্ষা কৰক, তাৰে কামনাৰে মই মোৰ বক্তব্যৰ সামৰণি মাৰিছোঁ।